Was he helping them?
Hey, we got grab.
I got grab, yeah, but I don't have the...
Grab break?
Yeah.
So I have a complaint with that guy's outfit. So he's wearing like a hoodie, but he had like those two, you know, like those string things that come down on the hoodie that you can pull that like tighten the hoodie up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that on there.
And?
In like 1100 AD, why would they have those on hoodies?
They had strings back then.
You don't think they had drawstrings, Dave?
Not on, like, who invented drawstrings on a hoodie?
I don't know.
1100.
I think they had drawstrings on a lot of things.
Yeah, didn't they have drawstrings on pants to tie them?
And bags.
Yeah.
I think you just don't know history.
But on hoodies? Like, someone thought of the idea to, like, put a drawstring through a hoodie so then you can, like, randomly tighten it?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, probably.
Huh. Okay.
Didn't they invent Velcro? Like, before they should have?
I'm gonna look this up.
Well, you're gonna look up when did they invent hooded sweatshirts or some crap like that and then think you're right.
No, when did they invent drawstrings on hoodies? I feel like that's a good thing to type in.
Well, they're not hoodies, though.
Okay. What would they be called?
Robes.
Like drawstrings on clothing, maybe?
Okay, on clothing.
But I don't know what kind of answer you're going to find for that. Like, did somebody, like, chronicle that?
In the late 1970s, people at the Renaissance pleasure fairs in California invented the drawstring line.
Then why was it on bags already?
I don't know.
Because they have, like, sacks that it was on.
And pants.
But maybe someone put it actually on like a hoodie.
I don't know, but these aren't hoodies, so I don't even know what you call these.
When you look at the scholar's outfit, they have a literal drawstring around their waist.
I guess I'm confused as to why you think they could invent belts, but not a drawstring.
But a belt is a little different of a concept than a drawstring. A belt's just tying something around you. A drawstring on your hoodie is
Jeez, we got like an Olympic guy from gym class.
A drawstring on your hoodie, you have to specifically like funnel the string through the seam in the hoodie and then to be able to like pull it tight.
Let's just say you're right. I don't really care. Let's just say you are 100% correct. What, Jill?
I was going to say, I wish we would have gotten a little bit more information on what he was doing to those people, and if he genuinely thought he was helping them, which it seemed like he did, and why. Was he actually helping them, or was he torturing them? Because we don't know, because we weren't told what he was doing to them.
That's why we're going to go back and talk to the informant.
Okay.
That's also why he said that he was doing things to their mind to make them not special ed or nuts anymore. Like, he was just making them... He was trying to make them, like, able-bodied, normal people.
So do you think he genuinely was trying to help?
I think he thought he was.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, most of the Templars don't think they're evil.
Yeah.
A few do. Like, the guy who becomes the Pope in 2, what's his name again?
Rodrigo.
Yeah, I think he knows he's evil.
Mm-hmm.
Most evil people don't think they're evil.
What news, Altair?
Garnier is dead.
Then you should return to Masyaf with news of your victory.
There is something else.
Speak it then, or would you have me read your mind?
What do you think he wanted from these people? That he would keep them and experiment on them as he did?
Yours is not to ask, but act, Altair. It doesn't matter what he did or why. Only that he's dead.
But Garnier seemed to believe he was helping these people.
Is that what you saw?
No. What I saw was not a place of healing, but of pain.
Then why are we having this conversation?
I don't know. Forget I spoke of it.
I already have.
That guy wasn't very helpful.
Why are these people afraid of just finding out the truth?
Asking questions is scary.
I want to know the truth because, like, we saw him literally torture that one dude with breaking his legs, but then he's saying he was helping the mentally ill.
Well, a whole part of this game is him figuring out the truth over time of what's happening. You're not supposed to know everything.
Okay, I understand. I get it. It's just...
Damn it! What's the problem now? I'm getting weird temperature readings. I think the Animus is overheating.
Christ, it's always something. How long?
Too soon to tell.
These delays are unacceptable, Miss Stillman. I want progress reports every hour.
It's gonna be a while, Desmond. Why don't you go lie down or something? Get some rest.
Wouldn't writing a progress report every hour make it take longer to repair the Animus?
Yes.
That seems very stupid.
Well, why don't they hire someone that just specifically writes progress reports?
I don't know. Look,
Maybe he wanted them verbally.
look, it actually is overheated. It's like orange.
Wow, it's like smoky too.
Why is he always yelling at you? It's his machine.
His theories. He's not the one who built it.
Who did? You?
No. Abstergo has a team of engineers. Not much they don't have. But I did oversee the assembly. Guess that's why he gets so angry with me.
He's a dick.
He's under a lot of pressure. We all are.
Can't believe you're defending the guy.
Warren saved my life, so if he wants to yell a little, let him.
How'd he save your life? Aren't you an assassin?
No.
They hadn't written that yet.
Oh, okay.
She's an assassin, but she's also a Templar.
I just don't like some of the
What do you
plot
mean he
holes in
saved
this
your
game.
life?
You're not the only one who doesn't get to go home at night.
Wait, are you saying you're a prisoner?
When they first approached me, I was finishing up my PhD. The university had made it clear I had no future there. They didn't like the subject of my doctorate, called it pseudoscience. Said keeping me on would discredit and embarrass them. It was the same everywhere. Other universities, companies I interviewed with. Pretty soon I was out of money and out of time. I was this close to waiting tables. Then I got a letter.
From Vidic?
He said he'd been following my career since undergrad, that he believed in my work and wanted to meet to discuss my future. You have no idea how good it felt to hear that. So I met with him. What did I have to lose?
And he offered you a job.
Yes, here at Abstergo, helping out on the Animus project. I'd have a chance to test my theories and prove the professors wrong. How could I turn that down?
Think I'm missing the part where you became a prisoner.
Sometimes I wonder if they weren't behind it all. If they manipulated events so that I'd get desperate. They can do that. They can do anything. I didn't think when I agreed to come here. They even told me I'd be trapped. For 6 months, a year max. Once the product launched, there'd be no need for secrecy anymore. But until then, I'd be a guest of the company. At least, that's what they said.
And when the Animus was ready?
They came in while I was sleeping. 3 guys. Guns. They dragged me out of bed. God. The worst part is I knew them. One guy, Richard, we ate lunch together sometimes. And now he was gonna... They were cracking jokes. I tried to pull away. He hit me. And that's when he told me I was going to die.
Christ, what did you do?
Nothing. I kept telling myself it wasn't real. And then Warren was there, shouting at them to get away from me. And they listened.
Jesus.
He's not a happy man, Desmond. I wouldn't even say he's a good man, but he saved my life. They never came for me again, and he promised they never would.
You're still stuck here working for these nut jobs.
But I'm alive. Anyway, I really do need to get the Animus repaired. I'll see you tomorrow, Desmond.
Do you think that was a setup event, like Warren told them to do that, so then he could step in and be the hero?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then it could be like, yeah, you want to work with me, right? Yeah, I saved your life.
Otherwise, why would they even do that in the first place?
Well,
And
like,
why would they listen to him when he said stop?
well, what were they going to do? Like, RAPE her, or actually just shoot her?
They were going to do a rap battle.
Oh, okay.
Your name's Lucy Stillman, and you thought you were here to stay, but we're about to put a bullet in you and make you go away. Oh no, it looks like it's Warren Stillman. Maybe we should stop, man.
Well, what motivation?
Nice.
What motivation would they have even had to kill her?
What the hell? Someone's been in here.
Did you hear that? Someone's been in here, Joe.
Oh.
You were talking.
Well, I was just saying they could have just kept her on as an employee to keep those secrets until she decided to quit, then they kill her.
Imagine this hypothetical. They want to keep her for the Animus work, right?
Yeah.
But if they just take her captive, just straight up,
Yeah.
she's going to fight and try and get away.
Yeah.
But if they say, like, no, actually, Abstergo was going to kill you, now I saved you, now you owe me, she's going to be less likely to fight back and run away.
So I understand. I get it now. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's just like, I don't understand why I have to explain every story to you.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's just I don't think it's that complex. Like, I don't think the writers even thought that much about it as you are. I think they just said, hey, what if we say she was desperate? Then we say she came here for a job. Then we say they arranged it to make it look like she was going to be murdered, and then Warren saved her life. And now she's grateful. You know? Mm-hmm. But then the whole time she's actually a Templar. But then the whole time she's actually an assassin. But the whole time she's actually a Templar. See, they didn't think about it as much as you are. They randomly changed it 50 times, remember?
Well, I guess I would have just thought about it more in depth if it was my story.
I would have too.
I don't think they did. I really don't think they did, Joe, because clearly they thought that she was going to be a Templar at this point. And then in the next game, they thought she was going to be an assassin. Yeah. And then in the game after that, they thought she was going to be a Templar again. And then they killed her.
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't think at all about it. I think they just made it like, well, let's just write this attractive girl in here so you have humanity. That was it. I don't think they really busted their brains over that one.
I guess that makes sense. I would have busted my brain about it.
But
I would have busted a nut about it.
To be fair, you can't do that about every single character.
I guess not, but I at least would have most motivations be somewhat clear.
Sure, but I bet if you wrote a book and I interrogated you on the book, I could find holes in it.
Yes.
That's just kind of how it is, unfortunately.
No, I understand.
I think the Lucy's holes are mostly filled in this game. I think it's when you introduce the other games that it starts to become a huge problem.
That's kind of my problem with it, is because I've seen the other games, I get confused with this one's continuity.
Adam's apple. Ew.
Why does Adam's apple shit?
Ew!
What is
Why does it turn like that? Is it like a different... It's like got a mind of its own.
That's actually... So you know how Desmond looks different in the next games?
Yeah.
His head gets cut off at the end of this, and then Adam's apple sprouts into a new head.
Oh, got it.
Looks like some kind of access code.
Was she looking through his underwear drawer?
Looked like there was only white towels in there.
I don't know, but we got an access code.
Why did they give him white towels but no extra clothes?
I don't know. Also, is this a shower? Where's the shower head?
No, it's
is that
right
it?
there. You can see it.
Oh, I couldn't see it.
Are you
Sorry.
stupid?
Do you like how the cameras watch him and Vidic's yeah, let's see how long that Desmond python is.
Are you not able to turn on the shower?
You still got that Middle Eastern blood in you?
Okay,
Oh no.
He's racist. Look, let's see.
Do Middle Easterners have big dicks?
I don't know. Only one way for me to
I mean, I
find
know
out.
some of them are snake charmers.
But Jill, how is that not racist?
Because you just said he had a big python in his pants. Am I wrong?
Wait, let's look. What's this? I just got a shank.
Oh.
Isn't this camera watching me?
Yeah.
Never said it wasn't racist.
Welcome, Lucy. That's racist. I never said it wasn't. What? Deleted items, none inbox.
Also, what's with that picture? She couldn't have taken a better picture.
She looks good. What are you talking about?
I thought she looked sad.
Why'd she send a picture to Warren? Your penis.
Okay.
Jill, you want to read this?
Ms. Stillman, I am sorry, but I am not authorized to discuss this employee or the circumstances regarding her departure from the company.
Oh, what was the employee?
No. Dear Nancy, I am writing to inquire about the death of a former employee by the name of Leila Marino. I don't know if you were working here at the time of September of 2007.
What if it said September of 2001?
There was apparently some kind of accident, but I'm not able to find any information on the subject. The coroner's office indicated that her file had been sealed. If it was a suicide, why is this information considered so sensitive? Sincerely, Lucy Stillman.
And this was this person saying she couldn't talk about it.
So they killed her.
Oh, wait, look. So you see... Wait, so, okay. This is Nancy. I don't understand why this information is so difficult to access. I've never heard of a company having the ability to declare a coroner's report proprietary information. That's ridiculous. She was my friend. I just want to know what happened. Unfortunately, I'm unable to respond further to your inquiry. I have CC'd Alan Ricken on this email. What? And now...
Alan Ricken?
This is from, what, Warren?
She killed herself. Something about a relationship with a kid named Newman. Don't dip your pen in the company ink. Now drop it.
Also, why didn't he capitalize she? It's the beginning of a sentence.
I don't know.
So why did Lucy want us to read that?
I think she was murdered. I think she wanted us to read that to know that the company keeps secrets.
Huh.
Let's see what's going on here.
What's with this camera angle?
We're in Thor the Dark World 2.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Access denied. Oh, interesting.
Has access been denied to us before on that computer?
We've never gotten to sit down and try it.
Oh.
Well, we better get back to our room.
What if Warren just has like a open computer here and there's like some homework files of himself?
I hope Lucy's room is better than this.
I hope it's not. She deserves to suffer too.
Okay.
Honestly, this room's not too bad.
No.
No, but it's...
No Funko Pops, though.
It's not got any color in it, or mirrors, so it makes it feel like a cell. It's also entirely grayscale, and there's no clothes
There's
or anything.
red dots.
Or anything to make yourself feel comfortable, so it just kind of feels lonely and like you're in a mental hospital.
Well, it kind of is.
It's minimalism. What's
Also,
he supposed to do at the table?
You're supposed to sit down?
Read the Bible or something? I wonder who that Newman guy is.
Nude man? Also, you're probably going a little bit.
Okay.
Rise and shine. We've got quite a day ahead of us.
You're in a good mood this morning.
Miss Stillman has made some modifications to the Animus. You should be able to remain inside even longer now.
And help you with your treasure hunt.
This is serious business, Mr. Miles. I don't think you fully appreciate the work that Abstergo does.
Maybe because I don't actually know what you people do.
We change the world. Every day, in 100 different ways. Did you know that nearly every single breakthrough of the past millennia, be it medical, mechanical, or philosophical, has come from Abstergo or its predecessors?
That's a bold claim, Doc. Think you might be exaggerating a bit?
Not in the slightest. Oh, we certainly don't take the credit. That would arouse far too much suspicion. We choose our beneficiaries with great care.
Why?
Isn't it obvious? It means we're in control.
But how? What makes you guys so special, so smart? That you happen to invent all these things while us mere mortals stumble around like idiots?
To be fair, we don't invent them. We find them.
Find them?
They're gifts, Mr. Miles. From those who came before. We'll have to continue this discussion later. Time's wasting.
The
Is he
audio's
talking
a
about the
little
pieces
buggy.
of Eden?
Yeah, so it seems like they use Whoa, geez.
Whoa.
What happened?
Oh.
So they use recovered technology and like things from
Morning,
the
Desmond.
Yeah.
first civilization in order to do it.
In order to... yeah.
I guess
I think
so.
so.
It's interesting.
Alright, let's go lay down on the anal...
Anal mass?
anal mass, yeah.
Desmond is never able to shower or brush his teeth or eat.
At least not without a camera on him.
Hey, he's better for it. Honestly, most of those things are just wastes of time.
Personally, I
shocked.
want a camera in my toilet.
I'm just shocked he isn't, like, starving.
Facing up.
Yeah.
Well, he's not because he eats his poop.
Oh, okay.
You've done well. 3 of the 9 lay dead, and for this you have my thanks. But do not think to rest upon your laurels. Your work has just begun.
I am yours to command, Master.
King Richard, emboldened by his victory at Acre, prepares to move south towards Jerusalem. Saladin is surely aware of this, and so he gathers his men before the broken citadel of Arsuf.
Would you have me kill them both then? End their war before it begins in earnest?
No. To do so would scatter their forces and subject the realm to the bloodlust of 10,000 aimless warriors. It will be many days before they meet, and while they march, they do not fight. You must concern yourself with a more immediate threat. The men who pretend to govern in their absence.
Give me names and I'll give you blood.
So I will. Abun Nukud, the wealthiest man in Damas. Majduddin, Regent of Jerusalem. William of Montferrat, Liege Lord of Acre.
What are their crimes?
Greed, arrogance, the slaughter of innocents. Walk amongst the people of their cities. You learn the secrets of their sins. Do not doubt that these men are obstacles to the peace we seek.
Then they will die.
Another of your items is restored. Take it. See that it is put to good use. Return to me as each man falls, that we might better understand their intentions. And Altair, take care. Your recent work has likely attracted the attention of the city guard. They'll be more suspicious than they've been in the past.
Why don't you just change your outfit?
No,
That'd be too easy.
no.
What do we get? What ability?
Walk faster or something? It's like we got nicer shoes.
Catch ledge with a beat. Oh, nice. Oh, and a grab break.
Yeah, I think the point is supposed to be that our Van Brace is better, and that's why we can do it, but I still don't understand why we couldn't have done it kind of before, since it's a grab, not an attack with a sword.
Also, the catching the ledge. Why can't we do that before?
I thought I had done that before. We got the guard break, the thing we should have had at the beginning. I'm gonna take my
grab break.
This guy's getting his lashes for the day. His sins.
Who do you think is a better fighter? Altair, Ezio, Connor, or Edward?
Why'd you hit me when asking?
Who do you think's a better fighter?
Yeah, like what was that? I think it really depends on where they are. So, like, if you're talking about the forest, Connor instantly wins. If we're talking about on the sea, Edward instantly wins. I mean, the only guy who would put up a good fight on the sea, I think, unless... Okay.
When you say on the sea, do you mean, like, on their pirate ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Edward insta wins.
Okay.
However, I will say that I think that Connor could put up a fight with the Aquila. But
Yeah.
he wouldn't win, though. He would just put up a fight.
Right.
I think Ezio and Altair would be like, what are these things? I don't understand, because they're not involved in naval warfare.
Do you think that Shay McCormick is really good at making gravy?
It's Shay Cormac. It's not Mick Ormac, and it's not McCormick, the gravy.
Did he, like, join McDonald's?
No, it's the...
Hey, we got a McCormack selling the McChickens today.
Jill's referencing the stupid gravy packet company that probably is only in Minnesota.
I've never heard
No,
of
it's
this
not.
at all.
I used to get McCormick in Maine.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
is
they
it
make like
gravy,
really good
McCormick?
gravy.
Do you not have gravy on anything?
I don't really like gravy.
You don't like gravy?
Except for on my turkey. I like it
Well,
on
your mom's
turkey.
probably making McCormick gravy for your turkey. If
Probably.
And your mom has some sweet gravy, if you know what I mean. You know?
I think I know what you mean, yeah.
You get it?
I get it, yeah.
You understand?
I'm
Yeah.
determined to keep calling him McCormick.
Please stop.
Because every time I do, Bubby gets really mad at me, and he says someday in a video I'm gonna accidentally say McCormick, and I'm gonna look like an idiot because of you.
Yeah, please stop. It's annoying. It's actually annoying. And it's not even funny. It'd be like if I called, like, McDonald's Mackie Donald's. It's like, wow, hilarious. What a funny joke. 10 out of 10 comedy.
You guys make jokes like that all the time where you say words wrong.
Well, Nate just says words wrong, like, as a general operation.
Yeah,
That's just
my
how he
normal
exists.
speech.
Oh, he's not joking when he does that? He's just actually stupid?
No, he's just actually stupid.
Yeah.
And then he tries to defend it, and he's like, language is relative. But then all of a sudden, when
When have I ever said that?
You did. There's literally a video where you were like, well, actually, dialects and all this stuff, you can't go around telling people their dialect and how they pronounce words is wrong.
That's why I say nursery and anniversary.
Except you can go around telling them they're wrong. Like, if I were to go, where do you want to go? Jerusalem?
Well, maybe let's go to the
Acre,
destination.
Damascus.
Like, where's the next mission?
I don't know. Let's just go to the kingdom, because I don't know. Except, like, as soon as I go around saying historical facts are different, like the January 6th Crusaders were heroes, Nate's like, well, now hold on. And it's like, well, now wait a minute. I thought history was relative. I don't know what happened here. You know? So I just don't get it. Any of them, by the way.
Oh, so we just had to speak to the bureau.
Where was the last place we were?
We were in Masyaf.
No, before that. I think we went to Jerusalem, didn't we? Because everybody was excited for Jesus.
I don't know. Let's go to Acre.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say all four of the assassins I mentioned are
Oh, I just touched his butt.
like on flat top, just like a normal like training ring, kind of like the one we were just in. There's a normal training ring.
Okay, who's writing this? Because if Ubisoft is writing it, Ezio wins.
Right.
Okay. But which one do you guys think would
Nate's
win
writing
the
it,
fight?
Connor wins because he just likes him. That's the problem with
I think
this.
okay, well, it depends on who is telling the story. That's the thing.
I actually genuinely think it might be between Ezio and Edward, and here's my reasoning.
It's Arno.
Arno's not in it.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, my reasoning is Ezio is trained extremely well and has been fighting for a very, very long time. Not to say that Altair and Connor haven't either. I'm just saying that...
Altair and Ezio had probably the longest active careers as assassins out of those four.
Yeah, and I'm kind of saying, like, Ezio was very well trained and very elegant with the way he did his sword play. Mm-hmm. But Edward is extremely brutal and does not care about playing fair and is really, like, deadly, if that makes sense. So I kind of feel like it would be between the elegance that Ezio has and the extreme violence that Edward has. That would be, like, a really good fight.
But I kind of think also the extreme violence of Edward is also a downfall of his.
You can easily
That's
counter
true.
it
That's
if you
true,
know what
that's
you're
true.
doing. I think, I mean, I have an opinion on this. I personally think, just go around that guy. Thought he was tough. I personally think that Edward is the least skilled out of these four.
You think so?
I think so too.
Now, the reason I think so is because he's the most unrefined. He's the most brutal. He's the most emotional.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Connor and Altair are probably the most detached from, like, a situation. Mm-hmm. And Ezio is probably the most graceful. Ezio has also had the longest career as an assassin, and he has the most access to varying types of technology. Uh-huh. So I guess the problem is, like, whenever people do this kind of thing, it's like, well, are we assuming that, like, you sat them all down, you educated them all in the same exact era with all the same tools? Or are we talking about the tools they have at their disposal? Because, yes, later on in his life, Altair has 2 hidden blades, and he has this and that. But that's
I
when he's an
personally
old
thought
man.
it would be like the tools at their disposal for
Okay, well then, I think Altair loses just because he's limited by the technology of his time.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Even Edward has a gun. Or not Edward, well, Edward does too, but
Ezio.
Ezio has a gun.
Yeah, and so does Connor.
So Ezio immediately
What if they all three
Donald
just turn and
Trump's
shoot him?
Altair.
Yeah.
So, like, if
What does
we're
that
going...
mean?
Like, he trumps Altair. He's better than him.
I guess if we were saying that they could only use the technology from Altair's time, I think Altair would put up a really good fight.
Well, okay, then now you're limiting their assassin abilities.
And now
That's
you're
true.
changing the things too, because
Yeah.
that's why I say it depends on the setting too. Like, we're talking a forest. Okay, well then, Connor's just going to sit up on a tree and immediately just obliterate all of these guys with a rope dart.
Yeah, because he
Right.
knows how to camouflage himself because he was a hunter.
But if we're talking about, on the ocean, well, who has the pirate ship? You know what I'm saying? Like, the problem is, like, all these guys have very different skill sets. None of them exist in the same time.
Yeah, and I think someone like Ezio, I'm sure he went on ships, but he didn't really fight tons on ships, so I think Edward has the skill of, like, knowing how to balance himself well while on an extremely rocky ship.
I think they're all the best in their own era.
Yeah.
Like, they all work in their own era, but I don't know if they would work in other people's era.
I think they could work in other people's era. I disagree on that. However, I know you didn't say they couldn't. You said you don't know.
Well, I'm saying...
I think they could if they were trained.
I'm just thinking... I'm just saying I think they work best in their own era.
So you're saying,
Like,
if you drop Ezio in Altair's era, Altair wins. If you drop Connor and Edwards,
Yeah, that's what
Edward
I'm saying.
wins.
It's because
Okay.
they're all... They all have learned their own era of history. The only one that's maybe slightly different is Edward and Connor, because they only exist, like, literally, was it, like, 75 years from each other?
Yeah, technology
So-
didn't change too much during that time,
so
actually.
it's like, those are the only two I think maybe are different from this, but if you drop Altair in, like, Connor's time period, Connor's going to destroy him. Mm-hmm. Because Connor knows his time period. Altair is going to try to figure out, like, what a tomahawk is.
I think it's at least a very interesting question to talk about, even though, a lot of people I don't think could really come up with an answer as to who would definitely win.
I don't know why the climbing in this game is sometimes the way it is. I'm having problems. I've been playing 4, so if I'm bad, this time I'm going to blame it on that.
I kind of wish, I know this sounds weird, I kind of wish all of these characters were, like, actually real people, and, like...
They are.
Yeah, this is history.
I mean, like, actually real people that you could see in front of you, and, like, we could just put them in a ring and see, like, who would win in a fight without Ubisoft, like, having a hand in the writing of it.
Well,
Because I genuinely think it would be really fun and interesting to watch.
Well, it depends, Jill. If you have enough schizophrenia, anything's real.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Isn't that right, Ezio? Yes! That's how
Yes,
Italian people sound.
Okay.
That's Italian people.
I'm still really disappointed that Mario didn't have his Italian accent in that
I like how
movie.
today just became the Jill show.
What do you mean?
Like Jill's hopping from topic to topic, not really giving us time to answer, and then immediately she's on Mario. She's like, I'm gonna make up for not being on this channel for a while by being the only person on the channel today.
Well, you tell me I should
Take the
talk
flag.
more, so I've been trying my best to be more conversational.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I wanted
You
to
missed
add.
a flag!
I'm trying to get it. I wanted to add to the assassin discussion really quick.
Okay.
I think if you sat them all down and trained them all in a era, like let's say we put them all in Edward's era,
Okay.
because that's the furthest along.
Okay.
Actually, let's.
Connor is.
Yeah, Connor's the...
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm
Edward's
sorry.
before
I'm
Connor.
sorry. You're right. Okay, let's just change this. Let's just say we put them all in Syndicate's era.
Okay.
Isn't that the most modern AC other than putting them in
yeah.
Watch Dogs Legion?
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends if you include the Desmond,
and Watch Dogs Legion.
yeah, and also the Lydia Fry part.
Okay, well, let's say you
Syndicate.
put them all in the Syndicate era.
Okay.
I think they all could be capable of the exact same types of things.
I agree.
I think that they would have different styles.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that they could all be equal.
That's something I like about how unique they all are, especially Connor. He's very different from all of the other assassins, especially in the way he moves and carries himself.
This guy's
And-
like, I really want to talk to Altair, but I feel like there's someone talking in real life.
And the way he fights, I just find
I'm
him a
going
very
anywhere.
interesting
Spread of your
character.
deeds, Altair. It seems you are sincere in your desire to redeem yourself.
I do what I can.
And sometimes you do it well. I assume it is work that reunites us?
Yes. William of Montferrat is my target. What can you tell me of the man himself?
William has been named regent while the king conducts his war. The people see it as a strange choice given the history between Richard and William's son Conrad. But I think Richard rather clever for it.
Clever how?
Richard and Conrad do not see eye to eye on most matters. Though they are civil enough in public, there are whispers that each intends evil upon the other. And then there was that business with Akkar's captured Saracens. In its wake, Conrad has returned to Tyre, and Richard has compelled William to remain here as his guest.
You mean his hostage?
Whatever you wish to call it, William's presence here should dissuade Conrad from acting out.
I've never been one for politics.
But surely you realize your every action shapes the course of this land's future. You are a politician too, in your own way.
As you wish. Now where would you suggest I begin my search?
Richard's Citadel, southwest of here. Or rather, the market in front of it. You'll find the Cathedral of the Holy Cross in that direction as well. It's a popular place and should be filled with talkative citizens. Finally, try the border to the west, where the Chain and Hospitaller districts meet. That should start you on your way.
Very well. I won't disturb you further.
It's no trouble at all.
Okay, so before... Oh, wait, let's see if he has anything else. I need a friend.
I'm very detached from this
He's now
reality.
looking at that one book for a while.
Okay, so Nate's like making love to his icy. Can I ask a question here before we continue?
Yes.
So I wasn't listening at the beginning because I was fucking around with the camera like an idiot.
Makes sense.
That's just kind of how I work, apparently.
Uh-huh.
So, first off, this game looks really good.
It
For an
does.
old game.
It does. I kind of want to compare the Xbox version to the PlayStation 3 version for in terms of looks.
It's night and day, but I still think the PlayStation 3 version's very playable.
Okay.
You know, like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Also, look at the game like this. It literally looks... I don't want to say it looks real. Okay, why did the HUD not turn off? Where is it? HUD.
It is off.
Oh, you have to turn them all off? I thought you could just turn them off one at a time. I mean, all together. So look at it with no HUD. It looks like a animated movie.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Except, did you turn around again back the way you had the camera? Look at that roof over there that's glitching out.
Oh yeah, look at that. Game bad, let's sell it. I don't want to play it anymore.
Sell the game. This is what I do to take screenshots of these games, by the way.
Oh, you turn off the hood?
Yeah. And then I call myself Indiana Jones. All right.
Really
so,
niche reference to Young Money or
wait,
whatever his
wait,
name
no,
was.
Jill, don't talk.
Oh.
Let me ask a question about the story.
Okay.
So the way I understand this is William is here, right? And Conrad is here, and Richard is here.
Okay.
And Richard and Conrad in the public, they get along, but behind the scenes they don't. And people think they want to kill each other to seize power. Am I correct?
That's how I understood it.
Is that all of the story we got there? I'm just trying to
think so.
recap.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm just not sure who
But-
Richard and Conrad are.
Well, King Richard,
Is that Richard the Lionheart?
I think.
Okay.
Who's Conrad?
He was King Richard, right?
Well, he was a King Richard.
Right, I know there's like 50 of them.
I don't really know a whole lot of history from this time period, to be honest
Nick,
with you.
could you fill Jill in a little bit on what was going on here during the Crusade?
My knowledge of this era is like maybe at 10%. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, but what was
I've
the
studied
deal?
a lot of history,
Okay, I
but
know
not this era.
I know a little bit about the Crusades. So basically, during this time, the Catholic Church, and I don't even know if they would have been called the Catholic Church yet.
Yeah, they were called the Catholic Church.
So they had these groups of people going around fighting wars for them, and one of the biggest prizes they considered to seize was the Holy Land from the Bible, which was Jerusalem, and basically where we are, right? This area during this time is a mixture of Islamic and or Jewish, should I say?
Yeah.
And a lot of other people groups. But they wanted to take it for the white Christians, is pretty much how it goes.
Oh, okay.
So during these Crusades, the ones that we're hearing about, I think this is I don't know if we're during the second or third Crusade period during this time. I think the second. But basically, that's what it is like all these church warriors going around with their armies trying to, and I'm breaking it down super simple. I understand there's more to it than this. Trying to take the Holy Land for them.
That guy through the ground. Oh, there's a hole. Okay.
So were the Crusaders like kind of like the religious army who went to kill people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and the thing about the Crusades too is I think there was like 20 or something of them. There was some insane amount of Crusades.
But there's three main big
And,
ones
yeah.
from the Christians that everyone talks about. Then there's also Islamic Crusades, too.
Right.
So that's why the Crusaders are Templars in this game, because they were kind of bad.
Well,
Well, so the thing is, the Crusades started out, I think, nobly. Like, basically, the idea was, this is the Holy Land, and these Muslims took over, kicked us out of our land, so we want it back. It was kind of the original intent. Mm-hmm. And, which, to me, is kind of like, fair enough.
it depends on how you view it. I mean,
it depends. It depends on how you view it, but to me, it's kind of like, okay, fair enough.
But they did it in too brutal of a way.
Well, and the thing is, they got so ridiculous with it, and and it got out of hand. Like the Crusades basically got to the point where it was like, and I don't remember which Crusade it was. It was some like insane one, like the 11th or something like that. But there was one where they had like this little village. Do we need to hear this?
no.
Oh, there was one where they had like this village, and I don't remember where it was or whatever, but it was like a small like village, and the Pope basically ordered their army to literally brutalize the entire village
Right.
for like no reason, and they killed like almost everyone.
And there was a ton of rape.
Yeah, and it was
And
just like, okay, this is unnecessary.
Here's another story from the Christian Crusades. I don't remember which one it was, but during one of them, they were also basically incentivized to steal back treasures from the land for the church.
Yeah.
And they went to a town, and the town was like, well, these people are Christians. They'll only go so far. So what they did was they swallowed their jewelry.
Yeah.
Because they were like, well, they won't try and get it from us now. And the Crusaders cut their stomachs open and took the jewelry from them.
Whoa!
And murdered them.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know where these investigations are. Is this
Did they think they were just going to poop their jewelry out later?
later on?
Oh,
Oh, wait, can I go to these areas now?
kind of icky.
No, I think we had there was a thing.
So in this
I know
game,
one of them I can get to now. I don't know if it's the rich district or the other district.
So in this game, the implication is instead of doing it all for religion, the Templars are using that as a guise, and the Crusades are actually to create world order.
Yeah, and actually at the time too, also, there were a lot of people in charge of the church and of religion, and this is one reason why people hate religion now. is because of these people back then. So
Oh, that sucks.
there are a lot of people during this time period who are not Christian, who are in charge, who are using the Christian cause or the Christian motivation or the Christian religion, whatever you want to call it. They are using that in order to further their political power. Does that make sense? So, like, there's a lot of popes that you can look back through history that weren't really Catholic. They weren't really Christians. And people will say, like, well, they were. No, they weren't. You look at their actions, you look at the way they lived their lives. There were a lot of them that weren't. And what did they gain, though, during that time? Power, money, sex, you know, like those kinds of things. And the law would always change depending on what the church wanted. You know, if the church really wanted something at a certain point in European history, all of a sudden the laws around them would change to allow the Pope to do or have that thing. And so you'd have all these people, and this is why the Catholic Church in particular is hated, other than the whole, like, brutalizing children bit, is because there were... Hello!
It's like, oh, whatever, that looks fine.
Hello there!
Oh, I can't tell about anything over there.
Is because there was a lot of different people who used these religions for personal gain, and not because they were religious, but because they wanted personal gain. You know,
It's very sad.
the Borgia family, I mean, like, I know that this is an interpretation of it, but that's one reason why that story is so easy to write, is, like, look at how much money and power and sex and fortune and fame they all got. They were, like, the modern day Kardashians, but kings at the time, with armies and they weren't. If you look at their behavior for a lot of these people was anything but Christian. So a lot of people used these things, is what I'm saying.
So are a lot of the people that we're killing in this game, are they like religious figures?
Some of them
They're at
are.
least fighting for the religious figures.
But they're not. It's not in a way like we're killing Jesus. Like it's not like sacrilegious. Like most people, even the Catholic Church, will agree. Like
No, but we're killing Templars who are pretending to be like religious people, but really they're just trying to further world order, right?
yeah, I mean that's the whole point of the story of Brotherhood. Remember the Borgia? They are just
Yeah.
using the church.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. They
I
don't-
really enjoyed that story, actually. I thought it was very interesting. My problem with this game is even though
You can talk. It doesn't matter.
I really like the story, I feel like it's subtle in a lot of ways that I have a hard time understanding it, especially with the fact that I didn't understand a lot of the history.
Well, I think the problem is we talk during it, and we try not to during the story, but, like, because there's no subtitles, sometimes I can't hear every word.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. That's my problem, because I have hearing problems.
But, like, I want to hear every word. I don't know how to fix it, though, because, like, if I go around messing with the...
I genuinely don't think they had subtitles during this game.
They
I don't
didn't.
think they did.
They didn't, but I'm saying, like, if I go turning down all the other volumes, then it's going to mess us up during gameplay.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Can I pee real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm, like, dying. I think that icy went, like, right through me.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom too.
I hope your pee comes out Mountain Dew flavored.